Hello all, it is I, Tot, here with a new video. And I put out some shorts and I'm going to cover some of those videos starting with the first one. I'm a health promoter, but I'm talking about AI. Well, you see, I thought it was weird too, because my background isn't in AI. I'm not very computer literate, if you can tell from the video quality, you know. But I do know about ethics and promoting health, and I believe that relying too much on AI for any task is just terrible, okay? I don't think it's a good idea, personally, because it's not it's not the best idea in my opinion. We should have boundaries between anything, and too much of a good thing turns to a bad thing, okay? We're seeing that now with the therapy, boyfriend, girlfriend, partner, I guess, miasma of society with AI. And I'm all for some able to talk to somebody or something, but it'd be like talking to my dog about stuff, you know? I can't talk to my dog about stuff. He doesn't understand. He doesn't say anything back. He just smiles and wags his tail and wants his pets. To be fair, that's very effective for some of the other therapy I've had over the years, but we'll get to that on another video. And I see AI as supplemental, and sadly, I see it supplementing sycophancy because we can't be above an answer. And a lot of people are scared to ask questions these days. A lot of people are. They just blindly accept stuff. And I'm from a unique perspective on this. See, I was around when social media first came out, like straight up. Facebook, before Mark Zuckerberg was doing BJJ and all that. I was there. I remember when YouTube first came out. It was a much different scape. And even when it started, I could already see problems. People were saying things that weren't true. Like the first week, I remember it very clearly. And everyone's like, "Oh, you should get on Facebook, D." I'm like, "No, I'm good. Can we just talk to each other? I mean, a phone call, a text. They seem more personal than this mess." And I thought, this is just going to amplify human nature for the worse, in my opinion. Now, social media has done some good. Okay, do not get twisted. You know, people finding old family members, getting things solved, people reporting themselves for crimes. It's done some good, okay? To think it's all bad would be intellectually dishonest and disingenuous. But I haven't touched it for nearly 2 decades before I started writing my books and getting around people who actually cared about that stuff, which I don't. I use YouTube as just a bank of ideas, you know. Come out here, see what they're like, and just record them. Have like a little video diary, video journaling, if you would. And to think that anybody would care about my opinion is very fascinating to me. I mean, it's very nice. It's very ego boosting, but I'm just a dude who wrote a book, got 2 degrees. I mean, that's pretty generic. That's pretty mid these days. And I don't want to think I'm something I'm not. Again, any comments, I'd love to hear them. But yeah, I've been off it for nearly 2 decades, and I see what it's kind of done to people. People are on their phones all the time and stuff, and trying to, I guess, subvert reality, which you can't do. Reality doesn't sleep, as I've said before. It doesn't take a break, doesn't take a vacation, doesn't believe in stopping. And unlike a machine or AI, you can't turn it off or reprogram it to do something else. It's not how it works. We're in a framework that is very rigid, cold, inflexible, and won't move. And that's just a fact. And to think otherwise will invite yourself to disaster. Because I've had expectations before. Believe me, when I first wrote my book, I had a lot of expectations. They have been completely annihilated, completely obliterated. And I'm thinking that's a good thing. A very good thing. Okay, I had the sobering drink of standards, unlike the euphoria inducing expectations. And again, I've always said people should have standards, not expectations. Expectations should be, supplemental to the standards. Like, I start a business, okay? We got to make this certain money to stay afloat, or we're not going under. But I would like to make some profit. That's the expectation, okay? It doesn't always happen that way, as I'm learning recently. And yeah, I don't know exactly what to do about it. I mean, people are gonna people, okay? There's just this little habit of people who keep want to just say it wasn't their fault or they didn't know what they were doing when I don't like hearing that. I mean, you gotta accept stuff before you can do stuff, okay? This whole freedom on everything is not good. There is no such thing as pure freedom, as I think we're all learning more and more each day in this world after a certain event that I will not name here. And yeah, it's really annoying and crazy. And I don't think AI is the answer. I think AI is more of a pacifier, more of a self soothing activity, which you can get in trouble with self soothing, okay? Anything overboard. It's like the problem is starting to get help by the solution, that kind of conundrum. Like I take this medicine, but I'm fixed, but still got to take it. I don't believe in that. And they're doing studies now about people not being able to control themselves on AI. It's leading to some very disastrous things, which I will not cover here, but you can look it up if you want to. And I just tell people with caution to just take a step back, take a point back, and just really think about it when you do it. I mean, the devil always gives you a choice, whether you like it or not. The devil always gives you a choice. One may not be better than the other, and both may be kind of seem trappy, but they gives you a choice. And I think that's the greatest thing about AI. It gives you a choice to use or not. And I have not used it. I've used it once for my book marketing. Because in my defense, I hate marketing. I really hate marketing. So if I can do it to get away with that, I feel no shame, no suffering. I will sleep just fine at night knowing I had AI do my marketing. Wasn't a lot, but still. And yeah, I think that's where I'm at. Like, it's something I don't want to do or give to somebody. Because let me tell you, I've had my book edited several times, and two times it did not come out the way I wanted, full of typos and grammatical mistakes. It's like, really? I paid X amount of this, didn't match this, and again, standards and expectations. I didn't expect to be a bestseller after they got done with it, but like, I want it to be functional. I want to be just average, like you can read it and not get thinking. I actually got somebody thinking I had English as a second language on one of my reviews, and that was very eye opening. And that's why I'm trying to turning into the second edition. I took that criticism, that advice, those tips, and now I'm trying to use them. I think AI is good at doing that, giving you tips and stuff where, hey, you should go here for more information kind of thing, not just end it there, because shallow research, it yields shallow results. It's like we shouldn't take AI's word at it, because it's trained by us. Because recently, I learned that it was trained by Wikipedia, which I thought was really crazy. Because growing up, again, I was there when Wikipedia came out, and I think Wikipedia is a good supplement. Because from middle school through college, they told me not to use it for citations. Now, this is supposed to be the world's digital Encyclopedia Britannica. But then I learned it wasn't very controlled. And everybody coming to get on there and say stuff all they want and just get away with it. I'm like, oh, yeah, it's a good start. If that, if you don't want to use it, that's fine. I've never donated to them for that same reason, because if you're gonna say you're one thing and you're another, I don't like that. And to train your AI again on that, be like train my dog to fly. It just ain't gonna happen. Doesn't make any sense. And I believe AI will be more of a pet, more of a supplement to the human experience, not a substitute. Which I think a lot of people are banking on, which I don't like, which I'm going to get on that to another video about AI therapy and how we've been here before nearly 40 years ago and how history repeats itself so scarily good, it's sad. And how our society has changed to a model I don't like when it comes to that, and I don't think is good. And I will give my criticism, in my opinion, 100% my own, on these videos. But again, I just caution people, do not give into it, because also, you don't know. AI hallucinates like 60% of the time. And I hear that 95% of the companies fail, but the technicians who use it get a lot of use out of it. So that's good. That's something. It's better than nothing, I'll give you that. Makes it more manageable. So it's always good to have deeper research and context. So I implore people to use their minds, use their brains, and keep it going all the dang day. Thank you. Have a nice day. Comment, subscribe if you want. Good day.